On Monday's The Bachelor, Arie Luyendyk made some surprising eliminations as he chose his final four. He confessed he was falling in love, one contestant quit, and there wasn't a rose ceremony. Get the full recap below. As Gossip Cop reported, Arie eliminated Crystal during the Paris dates on last week's installment. He also decided to send home Jenna and Chelsea. That left 7 women heading into tonight's show, which took place in Tuscany. By the end of the 2 hours, a lot had changed in the build-up to the hometown dates. The episode began with the women meeting Chris Harrison in Pisa. The host revealed there wouldn't be a rose ceremony at the end of the week. Instead, there would be 3 one-on-one dates and 1 3-on-1 date with 4 roses up for grabs overall. The first one-on-one date was awarded to Bekah, who scored the first one-on-one of the season several weeks back. "We have missed that romantic connection since then, and we're kind of just stuck," Arie admitted to the camera. He drove them to Bekah, where they explored the village and shared a picnic. He confessed that he wanted to make sure we're moving forward, and she promised she was committed to their journey. Arie became confident in their passion again, and at dinner, he asked about meeting her family. She said her ex-boyfriend of 7 years was the last to spend time with her loved ones. Seeing their own future, he said he was falling for her and offered her a rose, which she of course accepted. While Arie was on the date with Bekah, Jacqueline admitted to Kendall that she had swirling doubts about her own relationship with him. Though 99% of her wanted to stick it out, she didn't think it made sense for him to meet her parents. Kendall encouraged her to talk to him, and she went to his hotel room that night. Jacqueline admitted she had a moment of doubt on their one-on-one date, and still wasn't confident enough to be given one of the 4 hometown dates. Though he said they didn't necessarily need to have that strong foundation at this point, she stressed that the other women were more confident in their relationships. They kissed and he told her, "I don't want this to be over," but she kept reiterating that she didn't feel ready. With that, she tearfully took herself out of the running, and Arie told the camera that he felt blindsided. Bekah was annoyed when the second one-on-one date was given to Lauren B., since she just had a solo one the week prior. Arie went into the outing hoping they could build off their last date and shed open up more. They went sightseeing in Lucca, and she was still fairly quiet. Arie told her was ready to meet her family and questioned whether she was, too. Lauren admitted she was freaked out to bring someone home a year after her broken engagement. Arie went into the night conflicted and hoping for a breakthrough. Lauren led a toast breaking down our walls, and opened up about her fears of getting hurt again. But she admitted, "It's very obvious to me that I'm starting to fall in love with you." Arie awkwardly excused himself after that confession, leading her to tear up with regret and confusion. When he returned, Lauren called him out for acting like something was off. He insisted that wasn't the case, said he is falling so deeply in love with you that it's crazy, and gave her a rose. Sign was chosen for the last one-on-one date, and Arie took her truffle hunting with the help of an expert in the Mons guide dogs. They had lunch with the hunter's family, who grilled each of them about the state of their relationship. They both had fun, but Arie told the camera he wanted their romance to progress to where I'm ready to give that rose. At dinner, Sign admitted she was nervous about taking things to the next step with a hometown date, and he expressed worry about what their future would look like. "I'm open to that conversation," she told him, vowing she was ready to move forward and that she didn't want this to be the end for them. But Arie told the camera he didn't see the deep emotion he found with Bekah and Lauren B. Then, rose in hand, he told Sign they weren't as far along as they should be. "I can't give you the rose," he admitted. She tearfully left feeling blindsided. Much to Bekah, Kendall and Tia's shock, her exit meant there were now 2 roses available for their 3-on-1 date, instead of just 1. "My odds just went up," Bekah happily exclaimed, a reaction that didn't seem to sit well with the others. They were taken to a villa for the group date, and Arie pulled Kendall away first for alone time. He asked about her family, and she admitted they'd probably doubt the progression. But Arie was happy to hear she was open to moving to be with him. As they waited, Bekah told Tia that she did have a few doubts and was really longing to be in her own home. Tia told the camera that her fellow contestant had a lack of seriousness, and saw it as her duty to tell Arie her view of things. So, during their private time, she told him, "I feel like Bekah may be on a different page than the rest of us." Though Tia said at wasn't about age, she questioned whether the 22-year-old had a lack of experience. Arie told her not to harp that much on the topic. Putting the focus back on their own relationship, Tia said she had no doubts about her feelings and wanting him to meet her family. Bekah was admittedly on edge even before Tia told her that she expressed concerns about her to Arie. Bekah broke down in tears, saying she was sick of people saying she was too young to be ready. "I just feel hurt and I feel misunderstood," she told the camera. Bekah then sobbed in Arie's arms, and he consoled her with kisses. She assured him that she wouldn't still be there if she wasn't serious about him, and he said he had tough stuff to discuss with her. Bekah acknowledged that her family was skeptical of the reality competition and that she values their opinion, but predicted they wouldn't mind the age gap. After each of those talks, Arie rejoined the trio and said there was one person he was confident in for an amazing time next week. That was Kendall, whom he asked to accept the first rose. She did, and Tia awkwardly joked to Bekah that it was now a 2-on-1 with one rose left but two of us. The date continued that night, and this time he spoke with Tia first. She had no regrets about talking about Bekah, and told him, "I do feel like I'm falling in love with you. I do feel like my love for you grows every time I see you." Arie in turn said he pictures being with her family. When it was Bekah's turn, she told him to have a little faith in my 22-year-old self. She went on, "I do feel like I'm falling for you. I have faith in us." Then the moment of truth came. "This is definitely the hardest rose I've had to give out," Arie told the two women. But he said he was confident in his decision and asked Tia, "Will you accept this rose?" She rejoiced, "Of course." Saying goodbye, Bekah graciously told Arie, "It's going to end well for you, I know it is." But in the car, the tears fell. Next week, it's hometown dates.